Long and Mei Mei have finally broken their silence, and the announcement they just made has sent the entire entertainment industry by storm. What really happened behind closed doors? Why did they choose this exact moment to reveal the truth? Make sure you watch until the very end because the twist is unbelievable. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our explosive updates. After 2 years of marriage filled with silence, admiration, and countless rumors that their relationship was too perfect to be real, Long and Mei Mei have finally stepped forward with a shocking announcement that has taken the entire entertainment industry by storm. What was meant to be a peaceful press appearance suddenly became a whirlwind of emotion, truth, and confessions powerful enough to shake their fan base across Asia. The moment the couple walked onto the stage, hand in hand yet visibly tense, the atmosphere changed completely. Reporters who had expected a routine update immediately felt that something was off. Mei Mei's eyes were slightly red, as if she had cried before the event, while Long's expression was unusually serious, his jaw clenched like he was preparing himself to say something he'd avoided for far too long. Their marriage had always been a subject of fascination. They met on set, fell in love quietly, and shocked the industry by marrying only 6 months after their first collaboration. For 2 years, the public saw only the glamorous surface, matching outfits at airport appearances, loving posts on birthdays, romantic photos from their travels. No one ever imagined that behind all those smiles, a storm had been slowly forming. When Long finally picked up the microphone and took a shaky breath, the room fell into total silence. Cameras stopped clicking, even the air felt frozen as everyone braced for whatever truth was about to unfold. Long's voice cracked slightly as he began. For the past 2 years, we've tried our best to protect our marriage from outside pressure, but there are things we can no longer hide, and today, we owe everyone the truth. Instantly, reporters leaned forward, fingers ready over their keyboards. Mei Mei placed a hand gently on his arm, as if encouraging him to keep going despite the weight of what he was about to reveal. Her gesture alone sent fans into a frenzy online, trying to decode whether it was a sign of affection, guilt, or heartbreak. Rumors had circulated for months that the couple had been living separately due to clashing schedules. Others claimed Long had become increasingly withdrawn, focusing entirely on his career while Mei Mei was struggling with personal issues. Some tabloids even suggested they were on the brink of divorce. But no one expected their announcement to be far more complicated than any gossip had ever suggested. Mei Mei took the microphone next, her voice soft but painfully steady. "I want to speak honestly," she said. "There were moments when I couldn't handle the pressure. I felt like I wasn't enough, and that fear almost ruined everything." She paused, her hands trembling slightly. "There were nights when Long and I barely spoke. Not because we stopped caring, but because we were scared to admit that we were hurting." Her confession sent shockwaves through the room. The perfect couple? Struggling? Fans watching the live stream flooded the comments section with disbelief. Had everything been an illusion? Were the rumors true? Had the golden couple already been living separate lives? Long then revealed something even more unexpected. He made mistakes, he admitted, voice thick with emotion. "I kept my feelings bottled up. I worked too much. I thought providing stability was enough. But I forgot that what Mei Mei needed most was my presence, not my success." A reporter boldly asked, "Are you announcing a divorce?" The question sliced through the air like a blade. Mei Mei inhaled sharply while Long lowered his gaze. The tension was unbearable. For a full 10 seconds, the room remained silent. Then Mei Mei shook her head gently. "No," she said, "we are not divorcing." A collective gasp echoed through both the press room and the live stream audience. But before relief could settle in, she continued, "We are making this announcement because we are entering a new chapter, one that will change everything." Long's eyes softened as he turned toward her. "We didn't want to hide it anymore, not from ourselves and not from the people who've supported us." Mei Mei then shared the truth that no one, absolutely no one, had predicted. "I'm 3 months pregnant," she confessed, her voice trembling between fear and joy. And this time, we want to face everything together, honestly, without pretending to be perfect. The room erupted. Reporters shouted questions, flashes exploded, and social media immediately crashed under the sudden avalanche of posts, theories, and emotional reactions from fans worldwide. Some cried, some screamed. Many simply couldn't believe the dramatic twist. What seemed like a breakup announcement turned into a revelation of new life. Yulong continued, "We're telling you this today because we almost lost each other. And this baby, this miracle, made us realize what truly matters." His final words silenced the chaos for a moment. "We won't hide anymore. We won't pretend. From now on, we're choosing each other, truthfully, fully, and without fear." Mei Mei wiped her eyes, whispering into the microphone, "We hope everyone can support us. We're not perfect, but we're trying our best. And this new beginning, it means everything to us." What started as a tense and emotional press conference had transformed into one of the most unforgettable celebrity announcements of the decade. Fans who minutes earlier had been preparing for heartbreak now found themselves overwhelmed with joy, relief, and admiration. The couple who once seemed fragile now stood stronger than ever, united by a truth powerful enough to heal even the darkest moments of their marriage. As journalists scrambled to publish their headlines, one thing became clear. Yulong and Mei Mei's story was far from over. In fact, it had only just begun. And with their first child on the way, the world would be watching their next chapter unfold, one filled with vulnerability, resilience, and a love that had survived storms the public never even knew of. The press room was still buzzing with disbelief long after the initial announcement, but Yulong and Mei Mei weren't finished speaking. In fact, what came next only deepened the emotional weight of the moment. As reporters tried to regain control and prepare their next questions, Yulong gently squeezed Mei Mei's hand, as if to silently reassure her. It was a small gesture, yet it carried an entire story within it, one of fear, reconciliation, and fragile hope. Mei Mei leaned closer to the microphone again, her voice steadier than before. "We know there have been many rumors," she said softly. "People questioned why we stopped appearing together, why we avoided events, why our social media went silent. The truth is, I was scared." She paused, pressing a hand over her stomach instinctively. "Becoming a mother was something I didn't think I was ready for. I worried I would disappoint everyone. I worried I would disappoint him." Her admission hit harder than any tabloid headline ever had. For months, anonymous insiders in clickbait articles had painted a picture of marital cracks, while in reality, Mei Mei had been battling an internal storm alone. Yulong's expression softened with visible regret. "I didn't notice how much she was struggling," he said quietly. "I thought giving her space was the right thing to do, but sometimes distance hurts more than it helps." The audience watching from around the world was stunned by how raw, unfiltered, and painfully human the moment was. Unlike many celebrity couples who resorted to polished, rehearsed statements, Yulong and Mei Mei were letting the world see them in their most vulnerable state. It was this sincerity that made their announcement feel not like a publicity stunt, but a confession of two people who had reached their breaking point and somehow found their way back. A journalist raised her hand, asking gently, "What changed? What made you decide to announce this now?" Mei Mei took a deep breath, then spoke with a clarity that surprised even her. "The night we found out about the baby," she said, "we sat together in silence for a long time. I expected him to be upset or overwhelmed, or even angry that our plans would have to change." She turned to Yulong, eyes shimmering. But instead, he held my hand and